Running is so good for you. Like, I cannot tell you, like, how much I've changed the last 2 months just running. I think it's been 2 months. Also, there's a cat eating cat food, so that's why you're hearing crunching. Um, Last night, I went for just a half-hour run, and it was like 9 p.m. I was really tired. I reached in my bag, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, here we go. Here's my little running session. Um, and I couldn't find my AirPods. I couldn't find my, like, headphones for music so that I could, like, somewhat tolerate this run. And I was like, oh shit, like, I'm not gonna go run. Like, this is not gonna happen. But I did it anyways, because I was like, you know what? The old me would have gone home and went to bed and been like, well, like, I can run later. But I ran. And I had shorts on, and if you have bigger thighs, like, the struggle with chafing. My thighs are definitely a little bit beaten up this morning. I'm not gonna show you that. Like, not kind of hurts, but I'm really glad that I did it. Every single time that I run, I always get in my head. And that sounds bad. Like, oh, well, you're getting in your head. That's not a good thing. Like, you shouldn't be, but it's not a worried getting in my head. It's a getting in my head where I'm thinking deeply about things that I want, like making these weird realizations that, like, I don't know, like, I think it's like you only can focus on what's inside your head, and you're already in so much pain, like running, your legs are like screaming at you to stop, that, the only thing that there is left to do is to kind of relieve a little bit of that pain. Don't think about painful topics or things that are going to, like, cause you anxiety, and think a little bit more about, good things, and, like, how you can improve and how you can feel better. And I don't know, like, every single time, like, I'm not making, like, plans for world peace or anything by any means, like, when I'm doing these, like, runs and I'm getting in my head, but I'm definitely, like, realizing, like, I don't know, like, you'll watch TV and you'll just, like at the gym, like, if I'm ever running on a treadmill, I'll just watch these commercials, and it's just like, it's different when you're running and you're in that zone, and you can just see things so clearly. If you have a gym membership, I would try this out. I know that it's gonna suck if you're not used to running. I know, like, running for like 45-30 minutes, you're not gonna like it at first. It's gonna hurt. But I challenge you, and if you have a TV at your gym, like, next to the treadmill, like most gyms do, after like 15 minutes of running, like, watch the TV, like the commercials, the news, whatever, football, whatever. You're gonna notice, like, things that you wouldn't notice if you were just, like, sitting on the couch and watching the same thing. I don't know why. Like, nobody told me that would happen. But it does every time it happens, and it's so weird. I mean, I'm not saying that I benefit, like, a crazy amount by watching commercials or anything while I'm running, but, like, I don't know, it does teach you a little bit about, like, how to sell, maybe, like, you get pretty good at, like, seeing, like, what's behind the curtains and, like, cut through the bullshit. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's pretty cool. And then if you're, like, running and there's nothing, like last night, yeah, you just get, like, so many internal thoughts. Of course, you have to, like, hear yourself breathing heavily, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, this hurts. But, if you get out of your, like, if you get out of the thoughts of, I want to stop, and you get into thoughts like, you can, and then you detach from that monologue of, like, coaching yourself forward, and you start to think about other things, it's weird. And that's why I run. Like, I run okay, so I mean, I eat a lot, right? A lot. I have to have something to kind of like take some of the calories away. But that mental aspect of running, getting out of your comfort zone regularly. I always try and get out of my comfort zone. I'm always running, and I always want to hit the point where my body is like, okay, stop, 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 stop. My head's like, stop, 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 stop. And I get to pull it out, and I get to say no. I want to run 15 more minutes at this pace. And when you enter that zone of discomfort and you leave it when you want, like when you want, not when, you know, your weakness is wanting, every time you get stronger. Every time. I'm not saying that running gets easy. You know, you're never gonna like, oh, this is nothing. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's not the point, though. You always want to find that discomfort. You always want to find it. And I think running is just an amazing way to do it. You know, just be careful with your joints, I guess. Don't like always be hitting pavement. I'm not like, look at your form, like look up some videos on that. I'm not a great runner, but I know enough to like kind of keep my body safe and like over time just slowly increasing the intensity of your run. Don't just like run a marathon day 1, day 2, day 3. Don't do that. Like take little breaks in between, ramp it up over time. And then, because I remember when I first started, I did like a trail run and my hip flexors were just like, we're not having it. And my ankle, like for like the first, I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe even a month, my left ankle was just like packed up. It felt like there was a wet sponge in it. I don't think that that's a good thing. I couldn't like properly walk the first week either, so. But I'm fine now. Like I have no injuries from running. I mean, I'm 25. I'm not like, I don't have osteoarthritis, whatever. I'm not gonna even forget that. But you know, I don't have any of those joint issues, so I don't have to worry about all that. Yeah, running. Well, you should do it, even though you're probably not going to. But you should. So I thought I'd film this. I was working on my laptop all day, editing for a different channel. I am a pole dancer, and I was making tutorials for that, and I didn't want to make this tutorial. This isn't a tutorial. The tutorial has been in my head all day. It's not a tutorial. This is just me telling you about running. Anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a run. It is 4 o'clock, I think, right now. And the last thing I want to do is go on this run. It's really hot out. It's like 89 degrees. Not ideal for a run. But this is like the only time of the day that I'm going to actually be able to run. Because I'm going to hang out with somebody later today. So right now, what I'm rubbing on my face is sunscreen because I am on Accutane and I don't want to burn all of my skin off my face. As you can see, I also haven't changed my shirt from our little talk earlier about running. But I wanted to give you like a realistic look of what it's like before I go on a run. It's not pretty and I don't want to do it. Probably no more than you want to do it watching this video. If I told you right now, go for a run, the first thing that pops up in your head is going to be all of the excuses. I already know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on this video. Or maybe you are going to run now. I don't know. Prove me wrong, I guess. But yeah, putting on this sunscreen. Really don't want to run. I'm probably going to aim for... See, I like 30. 30 minutes is comfortable for me. But now that I just said that, I should probably do like 45. But we'll see. I'm going to go to a track though. I was running on pavement last night. And my shins are a little sore from that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the track. Finish putting the sunscreen on. And then I'm going to throw a hat on. Because sun protection. Fully aware of how stupid I look in this hat right now, but got a baggy shirt on, and some tight yoga pants. Like, these are too dang tight for me. I am so bloated, so I feel super insecure right now about the way I'm looking. But you know what? I'm gonna sweat like a pig on this run, and it's gonna be great. Positive words, right? Yeah. I don't have a track or anything on me, but I just did 45 minutes out here. It's not easy. Definitely the last 15 minutes I had to get in here, but that's what we look for every time coming out here, looking for that. Almost like, I don't play video games, but if you're in a video game and you enter like the challenge room, it's like that, you know, you're entering that zone of, so like your head's like making ransom to you, being like, let's not do this anymore, and you have to push through it. And that was definitely that last 15 minutes right there. And I think this is proof enough of me going through that. But yeah, got some thoughts in there as promised. I need some water though. I'm like frothing at the mouth here. And we're back. I showered. My hair is a disaster right now, but I look a little less red in the face. So I'm gonna go out. I feel pretty good after running. Highly recommend if you haven't stopped watching this already and started running. Ankle actually is a little bit sore, but that's gonna go down soon. Anyways, I'm gonna go have fun tonight and know that I put in a good amount of work on my run today, and be proud of that. So, at least I have something to be proud of every single day if I get my run in, even though I didn't want to do it. I never want to do it usually. Just makes me feel better.